Yeah, myself, Gayatri. I would be the trainer for this course. So just a quick intro about myself and the course. So I've been into Pega corporate training for about 8 years now. I take up training to Pega related certifications like CSSA, CSSA, CPBA, marketing, sales automation and stuff. Right? About the course, as you already know, the course for CSA is scheduled for about 30 hours, right? Where we cover all the basic aspects related to the Pega application development. CSA is like the first level of certification that you can achieve for Pega. I mean, it's like the basic level, the first level of certification that you can achieve for Pega development, right? So once you achieve the CSA, then we have the second level called CSSA. CSA is Certified System Architect, whereas CSSA is Certified Senior System Architect. That's the second level. And then the third level is going to be the Lead System Architect. That's the highest certification that you can achieve, right? So these three are related to the development roles. Right? Then we have got other certifications also like PCBA, then decisioning consultants are there, data scientists are there. So according to the stream that you choose, you can take up the certifications, right? So the course here is aligned with the Pega Academy. So once we finish the course, you will also be able to take up the certification as well. Right? I mean, you will be certification ready once you do proper hands-on, and once you spend some time on this, definitely you will be the certification ready by the end of this course. And also you will be able to build a decent level of Pega application. Okay, I mean, I don't say an expert level, but yes, a decent level of application development can be done, including all the aspects. Right, including DB interactions, including the security, debugging. So all of these things are anyways covered in the agenda. So you'll be able to build a decent level of application. Okay. So I think that's about the course. So every day we'll be taking up 1 hour each day. So probably for the first 10-15 minutes, we'll do a recap of the earlier sessions, and we'll also see the background of what we are going to cover. Okay, the rest of it is going to be the implementation directly on the tool. Okay, so that's how we are going to look at it. Now, I just wanted to understand what is the context of the audience. I mean, you can just tell your name and you can just let me know if there's any previous experience on Pega or probably any programming tool. Let's say if you have experience with Java, yes, you can mention that. So yeah, can we do a quick round of intro, team? Can we do that?
Yeah, hi, this is Tarannum.
Yeah, hi, Tarannum.
And yeah, I'm new in this Pega programming. I don't have any experience and knowledge also.
Okay.
And I know Power BI and SQL.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm new actually in software engineer side, IT side.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Tarannum. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jose.
Hey, hi, Jose.
Hello, I have some previous training on Pega, but I need to get certified in order to be to work in a company, and I do have experience working with Java.
Okay. And Jose, if I may ask, which version of Pega are you familiar with?
Oh, it has been some time. If I recall correctly, it was 5.2, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Jose. Okay. Yeah, Tim, you can go ahead.
Yeah, hi, I'm myself Shankar. I'm completely new to this Pega. I have a experience in the healthcare domain, but I want to switch the domain, so that's why I came to that Pega.
Okay, got it, Shankar. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Krishna. Ma'am,
Yes, Krishna. Hi.
yeah, I'm new to this Pega course. I don't
Uh,
know this.
Okay, okay. Any previous programming experience, Krishna?
No. I work from other field, not in
Ah,
IT.
okay, okay. Got it, Krishna. Thanks.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hi, very good morning.
This is Gautami, ma'am. I am new this Pega course, ma'am.
Mhm.
I have little bit oops concepts notion. No, ma'am.
Okay, okay, got me. That's fine. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. This is Rajini. I'm the data.
Hi, Rajni.
Yeah, I'm a database developer.
Okay.
I know the concepts, OOPS concepts. That's it.
Uh-huh. Okay, got it, Rajni. Thank you. Yeah. Who's next?
Hi, I'm Prashant. I'm audible.
Yes. Hi, Prashant.
Yeah, my organization has implemented 7.x in 4 years ago for resource management,
Okay.
and I'm kind of like a tester for the user, like UAT tester for
Mhm.
that application. So, and I
Okay.
know Java and Python.
Okay. Okay. So you have a basic idea of how, or at least a bit of hands-on on Pega. Can I assume that?
Yeah, from user perspective.
User. Got it. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So all done. So Amani. Okay. I mean, Tim, the thing is, I would just like to know the context, so I can use the terminologies accordingly, and I can also shift the gears accordingly. So I see most of you are completely new to Pega. Anyways, we are going to start from the level 0, right? In fact, you don't need to have a prior experience of Java or prior experience of Pega also. Anyways, we are going to start it from the basic, the OOPS level, right? So if you have a bit of programming knowledge, that might just add up, that's all. Okay. So there are people who are completely from a non-IT background, but still they are very good with Pega. So you don't need to worry about it at all, right? Yes. And also, just one more thing I would like to know is, what are your expectations from this course? As in, towards the end of this course, what are you expecting? Of course, probably a decent knowledge on Pega that you should be able to help you with your ongoing jobs or the role that you wanted to get. Of course, I understand that. What are any kind of other expectations that you have? Any specific requirements that you're looking forward to in the course? Anything like that?
In my case here, Jose,
Yes, yes.
I want to get certified,
Uh-huh.
and that'll be, I guess, my first step towards getting a better job. And that's
Got
for
it.
me.
Got it, Jose. Agreed. Okay. So, team, any other specific requirements? Okay. So one thing I would like to expect from you all is, anyways, 1 hour of training session is going to be there, right? I want you to put an additional 1 hour for the hands-on practice. Okay. So definitely hands-on practice is a must. So this is not some other random training where you just attend it today, then directly come back tomorrow. No, it doesn't going to work that way. Right? Until unless you put a dedicated 1 hour of practice, or dedicated 1 hour's time for practice, it is going to be difficult. Because see, we are all putting in time, we are all putting in effort, you're putting in your money. So I think let us make the most out of it. Right? And also, I understand that you might be regular employees working in your own organizations. So at least if not during the weekdays, at least spend some time in the weekends. Maybe a couple of hours in the weekend should definitely help. Okay. But yes, hands-on is a must. Okay. The more you explore the tool, the better. Okay. Right. So I think that's the only expectation from my side. Right? Yes. Okay. Then I think let us go ahead. Okay. So let us start. Today and tomorrow, it is going to be the basic aspect. I mean, we'll start with understanding the aspects of OOPS a bit, right? We'll talk about all the OOPS related concepts. I mean, why are we going to look at it? Once we move directly into the Pega platform, you will be able to correlate all these OOPS related concepts with the Pega internal related concepts. Okay. So this is going to be the base. You understand this, it is likely that you will be understanding Pega a lot more easier. And we'll start looking at process. We'll understand business process. We'll move on to BPM, and then finally we'll start looking into Pega. Right? And tomorrow we'll be looking into the features of Pega. I mean, what are the capabilities? Why should I go for Pega? We'll talk a lot about the tool. Okay. So today and tomorrow are going to be a bit of theoretical sessions. So I know you might feel a little bored, but I'll try to engage you as much as possible. Okay. But from day 3, it is going to be the complete aspect of development. We'll directly be working with the tool. So it'll be a lot more interesting. Okay. So can we go ahead? And in case if you're not comfortable anywhere, you're not understanding something, you can just feel free to stop me. Right? Yes. Okay. So I think then we'll quickly go ahead and yes. So let us go ahead. So we'll be talking about these things. Basically, we'll talk about OOPS. I mean, you don't need to have any prior Java knowledge. That's still okay. We'll talk about BPM. We'll talk about some advantages of why should I go for a BPM. So then we'll slowly proceed on to Pega. Okay. So what do you think is an object? Because basically when I start with OOPS or any Java related aspect, object is something that comes the first. So what is an object?
Real world entity.
Okay, you can say object is a real world entity. Okay. Any other perspectives? I mean, there are no right and wrong answers, so you can always feel free. There are only perspectives. Right. Okay. So object is something which has got a state and a behavior. So anything which has a state and behavior can be called as an object. Right? Now, what is a state? State is something that is represented by the physical properties of the object. Okay. Whereas behavior is something that represents what actions the object is performing or what functionality the object is performing. Okay. If you take a pen, so pen is an object. What is the state of this pen? What are the physical properties of the pen here? The height, the color, the width of your pen, and the price. Yes. So the model, is it a ball pen, ink pen? So all these define the state of your pen. But what is the behavior? The behavior of your pen is to write, to draw, right? To underline, to highlight. Yes, so that's the behavior. Now, if you take a mobile phone, what is the state of your mobile phone? So what are the physical properties of your mobile? What could it be? Any guesses?
Like apps, gallery, call options.
But physical properties?
Camera.
The antenna.
Are they the physical properties? But
yes, it has battery. It has
Build solid, length,
okay. Right.
Then, yeah.
width, breadth,
Right. Correct.
color,
Color, exactly. Yes.
model, like
Model, agreed.
I mean different kind of mobiles based on their
Correct.
size, this brand.
Correct. The dimensions of your phone, yes, the height, width, breadth. Okay, agreed. The pixels of your camera, right? The type of the glass that you use, right?
Yeah.
Frame. So all of these, the display, is it a notch display or not? Right? So all of these define the physical properties of your mobile. Then what is the behavior? I mean, why do you use a mobile phone?
Receive calls.
Right.
Calls.
To call. Yes.
Interaction to each other.
Correct.
To message.
To message, right?
Video call.
Yes, to make video calls, to click
Note.
pictures, right? To make notes, to surf the internet, right? For a lot. So all these define the behavior of your object, right? Yes. So anything which has got a state and behavior is now called as an object. Good. Moving ahead, there's one more very important term called a class. Now, what is a class? So I think this is a textbook definition which says class describes an object, or class is a blueprint of an object, right? So does this mean now we know that object has state and behavior? Now suddenly there comes a class and it says I describe an object. So which means class also has got a state and behavior? Yes. But if two different entities, I mean, they are defining the same thing. Both have got state and behavior, both class and object. But what is the difference between them? Is there a difference? What do you think is the difference between class and object? I mean, in the first place, is there a difference?
Yes, class defines the object.
Mhm.
Instance is a class in execution.
Okay. So one more new term called instance. Agreed? Okay. And any other perspectives? Okay. So let me give you a quick clarification here. So object, yes, has gotten state and behavior. Now class says it describes an object, but what is the difference between these two? Okay, let me give you a simple example here. Okay. Let's say I want a house to be constructed. So will I do it myself? Of course not. I will approach an architect first, saying this is how I want my house. I want my balcony like this. I want my kitchen like this. So I'll give him the requirements and he will give me a blueprint on a sheet of paper, on a chart. He'll give me a blueprint of the house. Now with that blueprint, I'll go to a civil engineer asking, this is the house I want to be constructed. Okay. Now looking at the blueprint, the civil engineer construct the house and yes, my house is ready. Okay. Now the house that is actually constructed and the house that is on the blueprint, are they same? When excluding the dimensions and stuff, are they the same? Yes. Are they same or different? The house that is actually constructed, which is physically available, and that's the house that is on the blueprint. Are they one and the same?
Yes.
Okay. They look the same. Perfect. But if you have to go to that physical house, I mean, the house that's actually constructed, what do you need? I'll say, yes, this is my house. You can come. How will you identify this is the house? Or how will you come to that particular house?
There will be doors, rooms.
Correct.
Model.
I should give
Address.
you an address. Exactly. I should give you an address. I'll not just say this is my house, so please join. No. I should give you a proper address so you can come there. Right? So your physically present house has got some address. It has got some space. It occupies some memory. Whereas the house that's on the blueprint does not have any physical existence. Even though it is still a house, I cannot go live inside it. Right? It has got no address or it has got no memory allocation. Okay? So the blueprint, the house that's on the blueprint is your class, whereas the house that's actually present is called your object. Okay, so even though both look similar, the physical existence is the key differentiator. So your class is a virtual entity. It has no physical presence, whereas your object is going to be a physical entity. It has got some space, it occupies some memory. Yeah. And of course, with the same blueprint, can I construct n number of houses? Yes. So you visit a gated community, you see all the houses in it look very similar.
Yeah.
So with the same blueprint, I can construct thousands and hundreds of houses. So with the same class, I can create n number of objects. Right? They are also called instances. So this object class, you can say association. So the same thing we are going to see it in the Pega environment also. Okay, I mean, remember this terminology, class and object. So for one class, I can have n number of objects. Yeah, you're good with it? Right. So then moving ahead. Abstraction. What is abstraction? Any guesses? What is abstraction? Okay, let me tell you. So abstraction is where you focus on the functionality and you don't need to look at the internal details of it, right? Abstraction focuses more on the outward functionality, what that particular item is intended to do, or what functionality it is fulfilling. Right? Whereas I don't need to bother about what logic is written inside it, what code is there. I'm not bothered about such things. Right? So a simple example for abstraction is when you visit an ATM to withdraw an amount, your focus is more on, inserting your right card and giving in the right amount, right PIN, and then receiving the money that, whatever money was requested, you have received it. So my interest lies in these things. Or would you be looking at what kind of microprocessor is used inside the machine? What is the microcontroller? What kind of chip is used? Where is it manufactured? Who did it? Like, would you think about those things? Would you look at those things? No, right? So as a customer, as an end user, your focus is about withdrawing the amount, right? So all the internal details were hidden, whereas just you would be able to look at the outward functionality. That's called your abstraction. So even in Pega also, you will be dealing with this abstraction. Okay, right. Then the next thing is encapsulation. Encapsulation is about this is about bundling your classes and methods together, right? Or you can say all your state and behavior. State is nothing but your physical properties, as in the variables that you have in your class, whereas methods are the functionalities, right? So when you bundle both of these together in a class, I call that as encapsulation. Okay, so let's say you have a fever. Which one would you prefer, a tablet or a capsule? Which one is better, tablet or capsule?
Tablet.
Tablet or capsule? Tablet for you? Okay. Generally, capsule is, you can say it is preferred because of, you can, you can be just directly taking it in without having that bitter taste, right? So tablet sometimes gives you a very bitter taste, whereas with the capsule, all the medicine is enclosed into it, so it is easy for us to consume also, right? I mean, within a capsule, you see there are smaller objects within it, right? So those are your variables and methods, all of them put together in a bundle, and you'd be able to consume it as a whole, right? So that's the concept of encapsulation. And of course, we'll talk more about this going forward, as in how encapsulation or abstraction, how these features are actually used in Pega. We'll talk more about this going forward. Okay. Right. Then inheritance. You might have heard of this inheritance. What does it mean? We might have heard this. She looks after her mother, or she inherits a lot of features from her mother. So what does that mean, the inheritance? Okay, so when inheritance is spoken about, we talk about two different classes. One is the parent class, other is the child class. So inheritance always involves two classes, parent and child classes. Okay, Some features that are already available on the parent can be reused on the child. So that's what we define as inheritance. Okay, so I have some features already on the parent. Now, those features are to be reused in the child as well. So that's your concept called inheritance. So inheritance plays a very, very important role when it comes to Pega. So remember this terminology, definitely. Okay. So this diagram shows a concept of inheritance here. The first class you can say is a vehicle class, from which there are two different child classes, wheeled vehicles and non-wheeled vehicles. Within wheeled vehicles, you have got four-wheeled and two-wheeled. And within four-wheel, there are different types of cars. Right? Team, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So the is a relationship is an important term when it comes to inheritance. Cycle is a wheeled vehicle. Car is a wheeled vehicle. Aeroplane is a vehicle. Right? That is a term is important when it comes to inheritance. Then moving further, polymorphism. Poly as in many. Morphism is nothing but actions. So you can perform same action in multiple ways. Okay. So in Pega, we'll be dealing with polymorphism with respect to outcomes. So the same outcome can be achieved via multiple ways. So the same thing, I can achieve it through different ways. So that's what we call as polymorphism. Now, each of these things, starting from object, class, inheritance, abstraction, encapsulation, and polymorphism, each of this, we will try to correlate them with Pega environment once we start working on it. Okay, so this is just like a basic brush up in order to understand what is what. That's it. Okay. So are we clear with this so far? Any questions on this? Are we good?
No, ma'am.
Perfect. So then let us go ahead. And before that, let me ask you something. What do you think is Pega? What is Pega all about?
Pega is the tool.
Is a tool, okay,
Building applications.
where you can build applications, okay.
BPM, business.
BPM, right. So I think the most common answer that I hear is Pega is a BPM tool. Right? But what is BPM?
Business process management.
Business process management. Pega is a BPM tool. And of course, Pega is one of the leaders in the BPM category. Agreed. But let us also try to understand a bit on the BPM before saying, yes, Pega is a BPM tool. But what is BPM? So let's see. Before understanding directly BPM, we'll talk about a process first. Because you're saying it is business process management. So let's see what is a process. Then we'll go to business process. Then we'll understand BPM, and then finally to Pega. Okay. What is a process? So anything that I do or any sequence of steps that I perform to achieve an outcome can be called as a process. Anything. Okay. Let's say I make coffee. Can I call it a process? Yes, because it involves some sequence of steps, and then I will be achieving something towards the end of it. Can I call it a process? Yes. I'm working on a project report. Can I call that a process? Yes.
Yes.
Again, some series of steps are involved. I'll first gather the information, I'll segregate it, then I'll try to put them in some nice graphs, pie charts or something. I'll generate a report, then I'll send it to the specific people. So I can call that a process. Good. Now, what is a business process? So business process is where the most important part is the outcome. So this outcome should be of value to an organization or for its customers. Only then I can call something as a business process. But in the earlier scenario, I'm making coffee. Does it add any value to my organization or for my customers? Would it? I'm making coffee at home. Is that adding any value to my organization
No.
or for my customers? No. So I cannot call that coffee making process as a business process. But whereas the second scenario, I generating a project report, right? Let's say a report which has got entities like customer satisfaction index or the sales margins in the last quarter, right? Or my profits in the last 10 years or my return on investments. So now, will this report add any value to my organization? Yes. Yes. Yes, it does. Because it involves a lot of things related to customer satisfaction index, my profit margins, my sales and all. So depending upon that, the management can take some decisions, right? If I see the sales are going down, okay, now I'll build some strategies as in how should I get back my sales? How can I increase my sales? So definitely that is adding a value to my organization. So I can call that a business process. Yes. Okay. So not every process can be called a business process. Okay. Not every process is qualified as a business process. Okay. So let us look at this definition. Let me read this out for you. A collection of related events, activities, decisions that involve a number of actors, resources that collectively lead to an outcome that is of value to an organization or for its customer. So this is like a definition for a business process. Okay. You take any business process, there are 6 items on the checklist that you have to look for. What are those? First thing is the events, then activities, decisions, actors, resources, and then finally outcome. So you have 6 key points that you have to look for to say, yes, this is a business process. Let's look at one simple example here. I think most of us are familiar with this. Ordering things online. Yeah, placing some orders online. Yes. Let's take a simple example. So I'm going to purchase a book online. So what things are typically happening in this transaction here? What is happening here? Okay, let's say I start searching for the book, right? Then so would it be like whatever I found, will I just put it in my cart, or will I look at few other things also? I mean, what all things are involved in this transaction?
To find out the specific book.
Okay, you look for the particular book, you're wanting. Yes.
Oh, on to the next order payment.
Okay. I mean, would it be like just randomly, will you just put the book into your cart, or will you look for some reviews, feedback, discounts? Of course, you look for discounts,
Yeah,
right?
we'll search for reviews and ratings
Correct.
and
Correct. So out of
what
all the lists, I mean, the list of results you got, you will choose, right? I mean, you're going to make a decision there as in which vendor has got good reviews and which vendor is offering better discounts, and you will choose one of them. You will proceed. Correct.
then ordering. I mean,
Okay.
payment.
Like how would you do the payment?
The ways, multiple ways are there, but based on
Correct.
that, we can choose.
Correct. You can choose your internet banking, credit card, debit card, cash on delivery, or let's say your Amazon reward points, whatever are there. You can choose between the different options. Then you will proceed. Right. Exactly. So then your package would be, I mean, your product would be packaged, then shipped, and finally out for delivery. Correct. This is what happens. Now let us correlate this with the definition that we have seen. So what are the events here? So you initiating for purchasing a book is an event. All the tasks that you do in this transaction are called your activities, right? So they might be making a payment, right? Then searching for the book or tracking the order multiple times. So all these are the tasks that you do. So I call them activities. Then decisions. Are there some decisions involved here? Yes.
Yes.
Which
one we need to search, or which one we should finalize?
Correct. So which vendor you're choosing or which product you're choosing is a decision that I made. Yes. Then the mode of payment. Is that a decision? Yes. So I chose internet banking. I chose cash on delivery. So that's a decision from the customer side. Then there could also be decisions from the vendor side also. Which kind of transport should I use? Is it railways or roadways? Yes. Okay, good. Then the fourth one, actors. Who all are involved in this transaction? Who all are involved in the transaction?
Buyer,
Okay. Yes, you, the customer,
customer,
right? The vendor is involved, right? I mean, you are the customer, then the vendor is involved, the manufacturer, the warehouse guys, the delivery team, the shipping team, packaging team. So all these are actors in my transaction. You take any business transaction, it's not just one person. There are a lot of actors involved. Okay. Then we have resources. So anything that helps me complete my transaction could be a resource. My credit card could be a resource. Like a gift wrapping paper could be a resource. When the delivery guy comes in, he brings a device for e-signature. That could be a resource. So anything that helps me proceed with the transaction could be called as a resource. And then the most important one, what is the outcome here? Is there an outcome?
yes,
What is the outcome here?
Delivery of the
receive
product.
the book, deliver,
Exactly. You are receiving the book is an outcome. Perfect. And for the vendor, it is receiving his amount is the outcome. Good. But can I always expect positive outcomes only? As in, you receive the book, it is in a good shape, you like the packaging, it is nice, good. That's a positive outcome. Can I always expect positive outcomes?
no,
No.
No.
sometimes,
Right? You might receive, but it's not an original copy. You received the book, but it is damaged. Right? So there could be negative outcomes. You'll put it for an exchange, then you'll either get a refund or you'll get another book. Correct? Which is a negative scenario. Of course, yes. See, if it's a business process, I cannot always expect the outcomes to be positive. No, sometimes negative outcomes could also be there, and we should be able to handle them. Right? So you take any business transaction, your loan application or your passport application, any claim related application you take, you would be able to correlate all these 6 entities in a business process. Okay, good. Now with Amazon, let's say one transaction that you can perform is placing an order. What all other transactions can you perform with Amazon? Any other transactions that you could do?
Return.
Yes, you can put for a return. Okay, agreed. And what else?
Give reviews or feedback.
Okay, giving reviews or feedback. Agreed. Then, can you register yourself as a vendor here? Can I call it a
Yes.
transaction? Yes. Your Amazon Kindle subscription that you're doing, the unsubscription that you're doing, the Prime subscriptions, right? So Amazon Pay, a lot of other transactions are possible, correct? Now, if you are able to manage all these things together on a single unified platform, that's what you call BPM, Business Process Management. So with a BPM, you will be able to handle multiple business transactions together, right? And the purpose of your BPM could be respective to what you're doing with it, right? So let's say with a BPM, you would be able to automate your process. You would be able to improve your business transactions, right? You will be able to measure them, as in you can bring out reports from it. A lot of things are possible. And what is the purpose of the BPM that you're going to use depends upon how you are going to utilize it in your business transactions, right? But a BPM will be able to provide a lot of different features. Like you can design your business processes, you can analyze them, you can measure them, you can improve, you can automate, you can execute, you can monitor. A lot of things are possible. Okay, so now are we clear on what is BPM? Yes. So with BPM, you will be able to manage multiple business transactions together on a single unified platform. So clear with this? The understanding of BPM? Are we good? Right. So one such aspect of BPM is, you can say, the advantages that it offers. Right. So with a BPM, you would be able to adapt to new changes very quickly, as in agility is one of your advantages. Then transparency, like when you order something online with Amazon, you will be able to clearly see what's the status of your transaction. You will see the product left the packaging center, or the product is received in the courier center at around 3:30 in the morning, right? It is out for delivery with this particular agent and this is his phone number. So everything is quite transparent here. So I can see all the details as in what is happening with my product. And the major focus is going to be the customer. So all your BPM tools are very, very customer centric. Right? So everything revolves around the customer. So how is the customer feeling? Right? How does the customer look at the application? So the customer focus has got a very, very high priority when it comes to BPM tools. Right? And there's a lot of consistency also. Because let's say I order something in Amazon, and there are 1,000 other customers placing orders, all the orders will be taken in the same way. Yes, it's not like first one is packaged, then it is put for delivery, and then it comes for audit the package. No. So it goes in a very, very streamlined way, right? There's a lot of consistency and repeatability also. Right? And of course, when you're more agile for the changes, when you're easy to adapt to changes, you are more sustainable in the market. Correct. So BPM helps us stay in par with the new changes. I can quickly bring in those changes, implement them, and I'll be more sustainable in the market. Right. And also BPM provides different capabilities of generating reports. There's a lot of measurability also here. Okay. Right. Then, so this is one quick, let's say, a review for different BPM tools. Along with Pega, I've got IBM BPM, I've got APN, TIPCO, and Index. Different BPM tools are there. We cannot say one of it is the best, but each one has got its own advantages and disadvantages. So if you look at Pega, Pega is rated very high on the research frequency. So with each new version, they come up with very new features. Definitely the research frequency is quite high. Okay. And also that is one of the reasons why customer satisfaction score is a little lower when compared to other tools. Why? Because probably the clients are not, let's say the clients are very reluctant for the change. Let's say I have Pega 8.5 version today. In the next 2 months, I'll get 8.6. Right? So if I'm not ready for the change, of course, I'll not be happy with the new features that it is offering. Right? But whatever said, each one has got its own advantages and disadvantages. Okay. I mean, so this is just a very basic intro of understanding the OOPs, understanding the business process, a bit of advantages, and showing what are the different BPM tools that are available. Okay. Tomorrow we'll talk more about Pega, as in what is Pega, how is it important, what are the capabilities that it is offering. We look at the different studios and stuff. Okay. So, but are we clear with whatever we've seen today? Any questions? Are we good? Yes. Okay.
Gayatri,
Yeah.
actually, I would like to know the difference between like what capabilities have been added in 8.x against 7.x. So if
Okay.
you,
Okay.
even if you can share it offline, that is okay for me.
Sure. In fact, most of it we'll be covering in the regular sessions only.
Okay.
We'll be looking at. Yeah. Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, I think team, that is all from my side for today. Yeah. So the team will get you, get the help in installing Pega probably today or tomorrow. Chandu will get in touch with you for the installation process. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye-bye.